Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the S Podcast. As you can see, today is just me, as Nessie is. I don't really know. He's not here. Basically, so today I'm going to be reviewing this stuff all on my own. Because yeah. So of course, let's start off. Video title says "New Beginning in Sapporo." Both nights. Obviously, it was a really fun 2 nights of action. Really great stuff. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed the pay-per-view. I thought it was pretty good. There are some moments I'm going to talk about. We're going to start with night one, though. Night one was a really good night. We kicked off with Kinemura's trial series, which was. Oh, I'm sorry if I sniffle a bit. I'm kind of sick right now. Um. Um. hmm. Basically, uh. Sorry. Basically, kicking off tonight was the new beginning in support. Kicking off the new beginning in support, we had Katsuyori or Kinemura facing off with Michael Elgin. Elgin came out with a victory, luckily, and Ross, I'm not stuttering. I'm sick. I am literally trying not to like snivel too much while I'm talking because I'm sick right now. So yeah, Elgin won with an Elgin bomb, 8 minutes 4 seconds. Pretty standard match. Elgin winning. Makes sense. Kinemura's young lion. He's not really gonna win a lot of matches. They're just building him up so much. Because yeah. Next up, we just had a throwaway babyface match between Kushida, Tiger Moss, Jushin Liger, Nakanishi, and Tenzan versus Suzuki-gun, Taka, El Desperado, Taichi, Kanemura, and Iizuka. Basically, one thing to know about this match is for the rest of the New Beginning Tour, due to the fact that Satoshi Kojima has torn his ACL, he will not be on the tour, and he probably won't be competing for another 9 months. That is interesting to me because it could mean he could be left out of the G1 climax this year, which isn't exactly a great thing. Which isn't exactly great news considering the fact that minus if he's not in the G1 climax, then I guess he won't be having his last G1. It could be Nakanishi's last G1 because over the last few years we have seen someone have their last G1 in each of the climaxes. Tenzan was in 2016. Last year was Nagata, who put on some amazing performances. This year, I think a lot of people were expecting Kojima, but I guess this year we're not getting Kojima in the G1. Anyway, Babyface went over. Kushida tapped out Saka Michinoku. Yeah, pretty fun match. Next up, we had me and Nessie's favorite tag team for different reasons. We had Yano Ishii versus Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi. This was a cool match. I thought it was pretty short, but it was a good match. So Ishii and Yano, they took on Owens and Yujiro, and it was a decent match. Owens and Yujiro, they actually, I'm going to give them props here. They had really good tag chemistry in this match, and for how short it was, they did very well. So props to them in that. I thought they did very well. I think, but Ishii and Yano obviously picked up the victory with a vertical brainbuster on Chase Owens because lower card Bullet Club. What are you gonna do? Basically, I think this is just them getting the just building up another tag team, just like building up Yano Ishii. Because eventually, I think the idea is that they will be the next challengers for LIJ once Sonata and Evil finish up their respective singles programs with Goto and Okada. That's probably what direction they're going to go in because they were building up Yano and Ishii over these last 2 nights, having them beat a lower card Bullet Club tag team. Next up, we had the 6-man titles, which was in a great match. We had the Gorillas of Destiny and Fale versus the real Gorillas of Destiny, Toa Harambe and Togi King Kong Makabe, and Taguchi versus Tamatonga, Tangaroa, and Bad Luck Fale. Obviously, Bullet Club picked up the winner in here with Tamatonga using his new submission finisher. He debuted a new submission finisher. It's a Twizzler, which is very similar to Matt Riddle's finisher if you haven't seen it. And he calls it the Dream Catcher, and he taps out Toa Harambe, Hanare, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And Bullet Club retain the titles. This was a pretty easy match to predict. I mean, they put a young lion in a title match. Like, come on. You're not going to have a fucking young lion win the belts from a fucking established team like Bullet Club. Like, it's just idiotic. This was a pretty easy match. I said Toa Harambe. Shut up. Anyway, yeah, it's basically just like well, okay, we got this. Shit happens. What is there to say? And it's just like, well, you know, yep, easy win for the six-man champs. No idea who they're going to face next because we don't really have anyone who's set up as a six-man unit that could be facing off against them next. Next up, we just had another throwaway Bullet Club tag match with Bullet Club's Marty Skrull, Hangman Page, and Cody facing off against Oda Ibushi, Juice Robinson, Dave Finlay. Of course, cool stuff. Some interesting stuff happened here. It was just basically your usual babyface tag team. Hangman Page picked up the win after hitting David Finlay with a rite of passage. Easy win. Obviously, I'm sure Ness is probably not very happy about his favorite wrestler, Cody Rhodes, winning a match. Actually, he's probably very happy about it. So Cody Rhodes winning a match is very impressive. As if Cody Rhodes, Paige winning a match is really cool because I like the idea that they're actually giving Paige some victories because Paige, of course, is a very good wrestler. He's very talented. He's honestly one of my favorite members of Bullet Club for the sheer fact that he's so goddamn talented because of what he's able to do in the ring. And I hope he gets a singles reign soon because yeah, he's got that six-man world title. He's got that six-man title on his shoulder, but I think he needs some singles gold to go with it. Next up, another throwaway tag, fucking Ospreay and Yoshihashi versus Takahashi and Naito. Yeah, you got Takahashi and Naito in here, but you also got Ospreay and Yoshihashi. And for some fucking reason, they had Will Ospreay take the pin in this match due to after. I thought Juice beat Kitamura, not Elgin. Ross, what happened is on night 1, Elgin beat Kitamura, and then on night 2, Juice beats Kitamura. Sorry for the stutter. Anyway, Ospreay and Naito went up against each other in a decent match, and Ospreay, Naito, and Yoshihashi and Hiruma went on a decent match. It was okay. Basically, yeah. Naito and Takahashi win. Naito taps out Ospreay. One of the things they mentioned on commentary that I found pretty interesting was the fact that they said that Ospreay versus Naito was a dream singles match, and I'm like, you know what? I never actually thought about that, but yeah, why? That's an interesting singles match that I'm surprised they didn't do in Rev Pro while they had Naito over. So that could be something cool that they do down the line in Rev Pro. Next up, we had another LIJ versus Chaos match, and we had Geto, Goto, and Okada face Bushi, Evil, and Sonata. In this scenario, Bushi got tapped out by Okada, but after the match, Okada went a bit crazy, a bit $1 million man-ish, and he attacked Sonata, and he locked him in the Cobra Clutch, and then he would then stuff bloody Okada bucks down his mouth. It was very $1 million man-esque. And I'm starting to wonder if they're actually just trying to rip off that gimmick because of how fucking similar that is to that. It's a very fucking similar gimmick to what we'd expect. So there's that. Next up, we had another Chaos versus BC match. We had Roppongi 3K teaming with Jay White versus Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, and Kenny Omega. I really like this trio of not the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. That's been around for ages. The trio of Roppongi 3K and Jay White. I think this is a really cool trio because of the fact that the three of them, they went on an excursion together. They were all in Ring of Honor together. You had the Tempor. They were the Tempor boys, and Jay White was fucking in Search and Destroy. They were working together. Well, they weren't working together, but they were on the same show. And it's a very nice essence of continuity. And I hope they continue this trio because I think it works very well together with White and Roppongi 3K. Elite got the win here. Omega pins Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson look good. They look good. They went after the Undertaker. Omega then gets the pin for some reason. Don't know why. Next up, we got the big news for night 1. The big thing that I really enjoyed. The Intercontinental Championship match. Hiroshi Tanahashi defended his title against Minoru Suzuki unsuccessfully, though, because of referee stoppage, because Suzuki is a fucking evil man. So the match came to an end when Suzuki locked in a heel hook on Tanahashi after continuing to work over Tanahashi's leg the whole match. Breaking it and hurting it in so many different ways. It was so great. And these two put on an incredible match. I don't think it was anything as good as the stuff on TakeOver, but it was an incredible match. It was a very good match. I really enjoyed this. Suzuki picked up the win, wins the Intercontinental Championship, and I think this is probably a good time to let Tanahashi take some time off, isn't it? Because what else? What do you really want to do with him? I think he needs to rest up a little bit and just, get himself together, get his arm sorted out, get his knee sorted out, because he has been working injured for a while. And the fact that they're giving Suzuki a title, it works out in both ways, because A, Suzuki gets a title run, and B, Tanahashi gets to rest up. I think what they're going to go for with Suzuki's IC title reign is very different to what they're going for with his never openweight title reign. What they went for with his never openweight title reign. His never openweight title reign, they had Suzuki kind of interfering a lot. They had a lot of the guys coming down and interfering in the match. But I think what they're going to go for more now after his match with Goto is they want to show that Suzuki can wrestle on his own, that he doesn't need the help of the rest of Suzuki, and that he can beat the crap out of anyone he wants to. So he'll most likely be wrestling with the IC title for a few months. Maybe he'll drop it at Dominion. Maybe he'll drop it at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know. I think he'll hold it for a good amount of time, though. And it'll be interesting to see who goes after him for the IC title now that Tanahashi's taking a break. Maybe Elgin could, because they still got that beef. All right. Next up, let's move on to Night 2. To kick off Night 2, we had Juice Robinson beat Katsuhiro Kitamura in a match, hitting Pulp Friction, which is which is expected. But to be honest, I thought Juice would probably be one of the guys that they give Kitamura a win over, because Juice is less experienced than Kitamura is less experienced than Elgin is. He's less experienced than... Oh, I wouldn't say he's less experienced than White. That's tough to call. But yeah, I would say that it's interesting that they had Juice lose the match to Kitamura. But they had Kitamura lose the match to Juice, rather. But, whatever. Who knows? He wins. So you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Next up, we had Taichi versus... It wasn't a singles match. We had Suzuki Gun versus Babyface Squad. We had Taichi team with Yoshinobu Kanemura, Desperado, and Takuma Shinoku, and they took on Red Shoes Jr., Taguchi, Tiger Mask, and Liger. Basically, same shit. Babyface ace match. Babyface versus typical Babyface versus heel match. Yeah, heels got the win this time. Not much to say. They just got their heat back from the night before. Next up, Yano and Ishii versus Leo Tonga and Yujiro Takahashi. For some reason, they swapped out Chase Owens for this match. Don't know why. They could have just done the same match again, but I guess they didn't want to. So, yeah. Yano Ishii pick up the win again. This time, it's after a low blow schoolboy by Yano to Leo Tonga. I'm seriously wondering what the fuck they're doing with Leo, because, what are you doing with him? He's just being Leo Tonga. They're just having Leo Tonga there. It's not like they're actually having him, win that many matches. He's not really a big part of Bullet Club. He's just there when they need to throw a guy in. And, shit happens. Next up, we got Bullet Club versus Babyface team again. This time we had Tomoyuki Oka, Manami Nakanishi, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Matoga Makabe versus Chase Owens, Grills of Destiny, and Bad Luck Fale. Yeah, Bullet Club won this time. Chase Owens, surprisingly, pulling out the rare result of actually getting a pinfall victory for once, because he pinned Oka after hitting the package pile driver, which is very, very rare in fucking Chase Owens' entire fucking career, because he rarely, if ever, wins a fucking match. Because it's Chase Owens, and he's the fucking job guy of Bullet Club, which sucks, because he's a very good competitor. I think they could do a lot more with Chase Owens. I think after the recent developments, they could be doing a lot more with him. But, yeah. Next up, we had another tag match. We had Iizuka and Suzuki versus Elgin and Hanare. I believe this match was originally advertised as Elgin and Tanahashi, but I think after the... Sorry, excuse me. After the match between Suzuki and Tanahashi the night before, the idea was we're going to keep him off TV for a while, basically saying, Suzuki injured him in their match, because they did stretcher him out after the match, implicating that he's going to be going away for a little while, even if it is just a couple of months. But I think we won't be seeing Tanahashi for a little bit. Maybe he'll come back and challenge Suzuki for the title again when he gets back, but who knows. Needless to say, Suzuki tapped out Hanare with a heel hook, and yeah, that's cool. Next up, we had Kushida, Ida, Finley, and Ibushi versus Skrull, Paige, and Cody. Basically, the same match that we had the night before, fucking minus, David, not even minus David Finley, fucking minus Juice Robinson. They replaced him with Kushida. Yeah, Paige, Cody, and Hangman won again with the same fucking thing. Paige hits the pinfall after the rite of passage. I'm glad they're pushing. Like I said, glad they're pushing Page. Glad they're giving him some stock on him, even in New Japan, because I think he needs a singles belt, just like in any of like the promotions that are linked to them. Like, give him a fuck. I don't even care if you give him a CMLL belt. I get that he has a fucking tag belt, but come on, guys, you could have you can have a 6-man belt and a singles belt. Fucking Omega did it. Why can't Page do it? Next up, we had the big match that basically should have happened the night before. It was Chaos versus LIJ. This time, though, Sonata. God damn it. Sorry. This would not be happening that much if fucking Ness was here to fucking help me out. But what can I say? I'm on my own right now. Basically, Sonata, he tapped out Ghetto. It was basically just an idea to highlight Sonata's more vicious side, basically get an idea of how he's taking this match very seriously. All right, next up, to the people in the Discord chat everyone's talking about this. Your boy, we got the Young Bucks versus everyone's boys, apparently. Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo to save the day, and they won the tag belt. And Sho and Yo, they won the tag belts back from the Young Bucks after getting a small package on Matt Jackson due to a back injury. So they win the tag belts back after less than a month. We don't actually know what the fuck is happening with the Bucks because after some shenanigans that happened last night, in the next match, I mean, not last night. In the next match, we don't really know what's happening. Basically, so Shonyo, new tag champs, Chaos get another set of fucking belts, like they needed anymore, because they already have the junior singles belt, the Never belt, the heavyweight belt, then they get the junior heavyweight tag belts. What's fucking next? They're gonna give Okada and Goto the fucking tag titles, aisles 2. Like, I mean, it's a lot of, they just have a lot of belts right now. And I don't know how I feel about it. The thing is, what's weird to me is Beretta wasn't on any of these cards, and they kind of stopped with the whole heavyweight Beretta thing, but whatever. Yeah, showing you out, new tag champs, new junior tag champs. So there we go. Next up, main event time. We had Kenny Omega defending the U.S. title against Jay White, and in the move, I don't know how I feel about it. Jay White won the U.S. title. Yeah, the thing I have a few problems with this match. One of the things is, it's hard to take Jay White seriously as the man to beat Kenny Omega after he beat the living crap. After Kenny Omega, he beat the living crap out of Chris Jericho in a great match at Wrestle Kingdom. And then Jay White, he fucking loses to Tanahashi, an injured Tanahashi at that. And, you know, Suzuki beats him pretty much the same way that Jay White was trying to do it. I get the logic, but that, oh, well, Omega's more bruised and battered up than White is. Okay, sure, fine. If you want to tell that story, that's fine. But the thing is, they made it out that Omega was going to retain here in this match because they just showed Omega beating the piss out of Jay White for most of the match. So it's just like, you know, so it didn't really make sense that, oh, well, White didn't fucking count as a one-winged angel, fucking bam, Blade Runner, win, done. That's it. He took 2 Blade Runners to take down Omega. Omega, yeah, it's like, it's a weird fucking time, man. So White isn't the U.S. champion, but that's not the big news that everyone's talking about after this match. Fucking hell, I need water or something, but, you know, yeah. After the match, Hangman Page came out first, and he got in the ring and he challenged Jay White for the U.S. title. And Omega then snatched the belt and handed the belt to Jay White. Then Cody came down and started getting in Omega's face about, quote-unquote, taking Page's moment. And then Skrull came down to try and break things up, and that didn't really work. Then fucking, try and think, did the Bucks come down? The Bucks did come down. The Bucks came, well, Nick came in the ring, and then Matt came down to the ring, and they tried to break everything up. And then Omega shoved Matt Jackson back after Matt had hurt his back during the match with 3K. And then, like, the Young Bucks, they looked very they just looked at him and it with, like, a face of betrayal. Like, this was, like, basically their way of saying, yeah, the Elite's fucking over. It's done. It's over, man. Like, that was basically just their way of saying it, that it was done. And then Marty just told them that they need to work this shit out. And then, so Marty left the ring, Hangman left the ring. It was just Cody and Omega. And Cody and Omega, they looked like they were talking things out. They looked like they had settled things down. And then Omega and Cody went to leave the ring. Cody held the rope for Omega, and then suddenly, as Omega was about to leave the ring, Cody grabs him, hits him with a crossroads, and then basically starts eating the piss out of him and threatens to hit him with a chair. Paige comes in. Paige and Marty come down. Marty asks him what he's doing. Paige comes in, and then Cody tells him to hold him up. Paige looks like he's going to oblige. Marty is very confused as to what's going on right now. Then Kota Ibushi comes down, and he makes the save for Omega, chasing off Bullet Club. Skrull kind of disappeared. Don't really know what happened to him. I don't know what the status is with Skrull either. We don't actually know what he's doing. Basically, it's like, yeah. So Bullet Club is pretty much dead at this point. It's either dead or it's fucking taken over by Cody. It's gonna probably lose Skrull because I doubt that Skrull's gonna stay. It wouldn't make sense for him to stay because he'd probably be angry about it. And if you look at the backstage promo of the Gorillas and Fale, it doesn't seem like they're very happy about all this infighting. And the fact is, I don't think Tama's gonna fucking follow Cody either, because like his whole thing was with Tama's whole thing was that he was like, hey, I want respect from whoever the leader is. I don't care who the leader is, but as long as they respect me. And it just doesn't seem like they're going to give him that. So the Gorillas could theoretically leave, or Cody could be ousted from Bullet Club, so we could just have like a really different version of Bullet Club. Bullet Club could just be fucking really recreated, because it seems like the Bucks are staying in Bullet Club. It seems like Paige is staying, Cody's staying, and then like that's fucking it. I mean, Chase will probably stay. Yujiro. I mean, even Yujiro, though, because we don't actually know what Yujiro normally leans towards the Tongan side. Same with Chase. It's like, well, what the hell are they going to do with Bullet Club? It's in a real estate flux. The reason I'm not talking about Omega is because we know what's happening with Omega. It appears that they are going to reunite the Golden Lovers, and I think that's probably going to lead to a match with the Bucks, probably at Dominion, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, having the Bucks go against the Golden Lovers is very interesting, but I do prefer the Golden Lovers as single stars over a tag team. Like, I get it. They want to make them I get that they want to reunite the team, but I think it'd be better if they just left Ibushi and Omega as single stars and then just had them have an alliance. But I think they're going to go down the full round of a tag team. They might even do Paige and Cody versus the Golden Lovers, which would be a very interesting match. I don't know if it'd be good necessarily, because as we all know, some people don't like Cody's matches. I thought his match with Ibushi was fine, so I think if he was in a match with Paige, Ibushi, and Omega, all these guys to help him out, he'd be fine. I am fucking dying right now. I wish fucking Ness was here, but, he's a fucking cunt sack and didn't show up. Yeah, overall, the 2 nights of New Beginning, it was a decent show. I thought it was pretty cool. I think it'll be interesting to see where we go from New Beginning. We obviously have Osaka, but the thing is about Osaka is no Bullet Club matches are booked for Osaka. Nothing is booked right now in Osaka. If you look at the NJPW site, you will see that they have all of the Bullet Club matches that were scheduled are gone now. The only team for Bullet Club that is around is Yujiro and Leo Tonga, who are on the tour going into it, but they're not fucking going to actually be on the actual pay-per-view. They're just kind of going to be there, So it's like, it makes you question a few things. Now, moving on. We are going to talk about everybody's favorite thing that Progress does every year, or at least my favorite thing that Progress does every year. Unboxing Live. Unboxing Live 2 was, I think it was a while, but it was like last month. It was last month. We were supposed to review it earlier because it got on Progress on Demand, and we were supposed to review it, but shit got in the way. And it was a really fun show. I really enjoyed it. First of all, we had an 8-man tag team elimination match to start the show. It was very funny. It was what we all expect. What the idea was, I think they were expecting it to be, was a 4-way tag title match with Grizzly Young Vets defending the tag belts against CCK. I say CCK. It was fucking Okay, Chris Brooks with a blow-up doll version of Kid Lycos because, Lycos is injured right now. Well, was injured at the time of this, so they had blow-up doll Kid Lycos, which makes me wonder a lot of things. Then we had, and then versus Aussie Open, which is Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher. If you haven't seen them in the ring, I would suggest trying to find a few of their matches. If you have New Japan World, they had just had a match with Sonata and Evil. I haven't gone to watch it yet, but I've been told I hear it's very good. Versus Mustache Mountain. But that wasn't the match we got. What the match we got was, it was a very interesting thing. We had the Grizzly, we had a 4-on-4 Elimination Survivor Series tag team match, which was like, so the team captains were Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, and they each picked 8 team members. So Trent picked, so the teams were, Tyler picked Chris Brooks, Mark Davis, and James Drake. So his team was, first team was Tyler Bate, Mark Davis, Chris Brooks, James Drake, and Trent Seven's team was Zach Gibson, Kyle Fletcher, Kid Lycos, and of course Trent Seven. But so basically the match was really cool. It was really entertaining. They did a lot of funny spots with the blow-up doll Kid Lycos. He did not win the match, so I think it would have been really fucking funny if he did in fact win the match. Like if they just fucking had a blow-up doll pin like Zach Gibson, that would have been fucking hilarious to me because I would have laughed my fucking ass off at that. But Chris Brooks, Soul Survivor, I can't remember who he eliminated last. I think it was Trent Seven. I'm pretty sure it was Trent Seven. I think Trent Seven was the last survivor, and yeah. And it was a really fun match. Cool match. Some really funny moments, especially after Lycos got eliminated. I think it was after the pop-up pile driver for Mark Davis. So they had Tyler Bate come out and carry him out. It was really funny because Tyler Bate had just gotten eliminated as well. So they carried him to the back. It was a funny match. Next up, we had Jack Sexsmith versus Joe Coffey. Again, great match. A really good match here. I thought it was pretty good. And you're probably noticing I'm not rating these matches. I'll just tell you my ratings for the title matches of New Beginnings. The 6-man match, 6-man tag belt match, I'd probably give it like a 4, 3.5, maybe 3.5 probably. For the Intercontinental title, I'm giving that a 4.5. I thought it was really cool. Oh, really good match. For the junior tag belts, really good selling on the parts of the Young Bucks and Show and Yo. They are an excellent tag team, and I cannot wait for their future. They're really young, they're really good, they're really promising talents. So I'm going to give them a 4. I'm going to give that match a 4. I really think it was a solid 4. I don't think it was anything higher than a 4. But yeah. And then for the U.S. title match, Jay White, you have redeemed yourself. Congratulations. You guys put on actually a really fun match, a really cool match. Crowd was into it. I was into it. I thought it was great. I'm going to give it a 4. Good job, guys. I'm very impressed with you. I'm very impressed with Omega, and I am very impressed with fucking White especially, because you definitely turned my opinions around after your Wrestle Kingdom match. I'm pretty sure it was just nerves. Hopefully next Wrestle Kingdom you don't fuck up like that, but we'll have to wait and find out. Anyway, back to Jack Sexsmith versus Joe Coffey. This match was good. Sexsmith is a very, very, very talented wrestler, despite his ridiculous gimmick. And I think they're trying to lean less as towards that and going more away from it and trying to make him look like an actually decent competitor. Because he's a very good competitor. He has a very cool finish. He has very basic finishers, but he's able to make the crowd love the matches. And having Joe Coffey in that match was really cool. He won the match with a crossface, which is normally a crippler cockface, which he puts a condom on his finger and then tries to crossface that. But in this match, he threw away the condom and just tried to fucking tap out Joe Coffey, which is fucking cool. And it makes Sexsmith out to be an incredible badass. So that was a really cool match. I think that they have a lot more work. I think they have a lot more work to do for Jack Sexsmith. I think they're trying to make it look like that he's going to be the guy to probably win Super Strong Style 16 this year, because they made a big deal out of his participation in it last year. So I think the idea is they're going to try and make him look like he's going to win that match. He's going to win that tournament, and he's going to probably go on to face Travis Banks or whoever the Progress champion is, because we do have Natural Progression coming up. So we don't actually know who's winning that. Millie McKenzie. Then we had a 6-way women's match, which was Millie McKenzie versus Candy Floss versus Chakra. I don't know how to fucking pronounce her name. She's this black female wrestler that I don't understand what her gimmick is. She just has a really weird name, and she's like fucking royalty or something. I don't know. Versus Charlie Morgan versus Charlie Evans versus Sierra Loxton. I liked this match. It was fun. I thought it was a good women's match. Millie McKenzie picked up the victory. Makes sense. Yeah. They're trying to build up Millie McKenzie as this great wrestler, which I understand. And she's a very talented wrestler, and she's like a year older than me. So that makes me kind of feel bad about myself because she's 17, dude. Like, she's young, man. Like, her nickname is the 21st Century Badass, and fucking justified, bro. She is I've been watching a lot more of her matches. She has impressed me thoroughly, and I think she's gonna be a very big star one day. And she's scheduled to face at Chapter 62 tonight, and she's scheduled to face the Progress Women's Champion tonight in a women's championship match. I don't know if she'll win, but I'm sure it'll be a great match because she is facing the Indie Bay Toni Storm, whatever you want to call her. I call her Indie Bay because that's what the fuck she is. She is Indie Bay. If you disagree with me, go fuck yourself. Yeah, Millie wins. Basically, I think they're trying to build her up a bit more. I think the idea what they were trying to go for was, before Ginny got injured, was they were going to have Ginny beat Toni for the title, hold it for a little bit, and then maybe like at Wembley have Millie win the title from Ginny. I think that was the idea they were going for. I'm not sure, but that's what I think they were going for. Apologies again for that. Next up we had, wow, this match. The 12 Days of Christmas match with Jimmy Havoc and Mark Haskins versus Clint Margera and Drew Parker. Now, I had no idea who the latter of this match was. I didn't know who the fuck Margera was or Drew Parker was. I had never seen anything to do with them. Fucking hell. Yeah, this was, oh my gosh. This was crazy, man, though. It was crazy, man. Like, wow. Progress on Demand. Go fucking watch this match. And I might start watching some more Clint Margera and Drew Parker stuff, because they're fucking incredible wrestlers. They had this was essentially a hardcore match. Basically, they had some really cool moments. They had Jimmy Havoc got thrown into a TV screen. Haskins, they used Lego blocks, which was honestly entertaining. They had a Lego block thumbtack mix involved in the finish. They had Jimmy Havoc get some vouchers because they were unwrapping the weapons as they went along. And Jimmy Havoc unwrapped the vouchers, and he gave them to the ringside crew, and they had to go get him some tables. And they bring in the tables, and then they use them, but then Havoc gets thrown through them because he's a heel. But yeah, Havoc and Haskins win because they are keeping Havoc and Haskins fucking strong, because they're taking the tag belts at some point. I don't know from which team, but they're going to be tag champions. Havoc and Haskins are going to win the tag belts at some point, maybe probably in a 3-way most likely, because I mean, if James Drake and Zach Gibson are still tag champs, and there's not really anyone I can see beating them from tag belts, because they beat Aussie Open, now they've beaten Mustache Mountain, they beat him at the pay-per-view after this. They beat CCK. Who else really is there? What other tag teams are there besides Haskins and Havoc on the roster for them to face? I can't think of any, but they could just bring in Polo Promotions. They could bring in some outside tag teams. So you got Polo Promotions, you got fucking NAK. There's a lot of British tag teams they could bring in to have face Zach Gibson and James Drake. Of course, James Drake. They'll probably have James Drake drop the belts once they need him more time for more times at WWE, because he's probably going to be used a lot more for WWE after the choo shit that they did. That was dumb as fuck. Yeah. Anyway, next match after this, after Haskins had to beat Margera and Drew Parker, was Rampage Brown versus Flash Morgan Webster. One thing I want to talk about before we get on to this match is that Rampage Brown, he's been back in Progress for a little while, but they've just been dubbing over this this theme, this random ass theme that's not his, that's clearly not his theme, in Progress, and you don't get to hear the crowd noises. You just hear this random ass like really weird metal song. It's not that good either. And I'm just like, can you guys just get Rampage's theme from WCPW or something? Like, go find him a new theme. Get someone to write one for you. Get fucking Hot Tag Media on that shit. And get Rampage Brown a new theme. Hashtag get Rampage a new theme song. Yeah, and he faced Flash Morgan Webster in this match. It was a really good match. Flash Morgan Webster lost, and this led to an interesting debacle. I think it was here that after his match that he said he was going to go away for a while. Some more recent developments in Progress have shown that something else might be happening. Like, this is a part. It was a story. It's been revealed that I think this was a part of a storyline with it. And Rampage wins, of course. I don't know what they're doing with Rampage. I think they could have him go after the Atlas title again. Maybe because he is back now. So now that he's back, they could have him go for the Atlas belt one more time. First ever Atlas champion. He's a former world champion too. If they want to find a tag partner, he'd go for tag partners as well. But I don't think we're uniting anytime soon. Saying. Next up on the card, we had the main event. This wasn't the main event, but this was a match later on the card, and we had Travis Banks defending the Progress World title against a returning Will Ospreay. Now, Ospreay hadn't been in Progress since he lost a loser leaves Progress match to Jimmy Havoc, and this was a great match. This was an amazing match. I'm going to give this a little bit of I'm going to give this a rating. I'm giving it a 4. It was a really cool match. For a match that had no storyline, no build-up, nothing, this was fucking incredible. I loved this match so much. This match and the next match, these have been two of my favorite matches. They were two of my favorite matches to finish off 2017. They were really good matches. Banks and Ospreay put on a fucking clinic. Banks tapped out Ospreay with the Lions Clutch. After the match, Banks said he would defend the title against anyone, and then out comes his former tag team partner, TK Cooper. TK Cooper has returned to Progress now. He's no longer injured, and he says he will be facing Banks for the world title at some point in 2018. That is announced for Chapter 62. Is going to be at 62, which is being taped live tonight. If you didn't know, they tape all their chapters because they can't edit them live. I don't know why they don't edit them live. They have their network and stuff, but stuff happens. So after this match, we had the main event. Pete Dunne defending the UK Championship. I'm pretty sure everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Joe Connors versus Pete Dunne." Ha ha! No, it's fucking Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Yeah, that's right. We got Gallagher versus Pete Dunne in a fucking insane, incredible technical classic. And my God, wow. Well, I don't know what else I can say about this. This was this is amazing. Like, Dunn and Gallagher have just such great chemistry, and it honestly makes me want to see more of Gallagher, more of this snake pit style. He wrestles his style in this match was very MMA oriented, and it was more based on the idea of what he was doing, and he was very methodical, but at the same time he was able to keep pace with Dunn, who was speeding everything up. Dunn got the win with the pump handle tombstone, which he calls the better end, because we got the bitter end, now we got the better end. I do love his new finisher. Gallagher and Dunn, I can't remember if they fist bumped or they shook hands or something after the match, and they congratulated each other. This was an amazing match. I honestly cannot wait to see I'm really hoping they actually do something with the UK division. I am honestly getting tired of this. It's just like, I know they have all these great wrestlers in the UK division, yet they do nothing with them. I guess you can't have them on weekly TV, and even if you I guess putting them in NXT is something, but they could do so much. It's just like, yeah. But this match, incredible. Another one I'm going to rate 4.5. Incredible. Actually, just for that, I think I'm going to have to bump up the Suzuki Tanahashi ring because that was better than this. Suzuki Tanahashi gets a 5. Omega White still gets a 4.5 because it was a bit slow to begin with. Yeah. Ugh, God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sick. I really wish Ness was here to fucking help me out, but yeah, it's the best I'm doing. You know, I'm not going to cover. We were supposed to start covering the AJP EW4 pillows today, but due to the fact that Ness is not here, I'm not going to cover that because fucking hell. These matches, the two of them are okay. Garbage. And I don't want to talk about it. I'm probably just going to get mad. It was okay. Two of them were fine. One of them was trash. Yeah, whatever. My match of the week this week is Tomohiro Ishii versus Minoru Suzuki. Shocker. Two of my favorite wrestlers having a match. It's my match of the week. Yeah. This match is incredible. It's from Kazuna Road 2013. So they're not that. Obviously Suzuki is turning 50 this year. He's 49 right now. We go all the way back to this. This is 5 years back. He's 44, and he puts on an amazing match with Ishii. It's like they start out hot, they beat each other down, they keep going, they keep it hot, keep it hot. They slow down a little bit, keep it hot, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And it was like they worked so hard to get this done. And it was like, yeah, it was a very impressive match, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that, hey, it was a very good match. And I think that they are all very good competitors, and they're both very good competitors. I think Ishii won. But no, Suzuki won. Yeah, Suzuki won with the Gotch style pile driver. Sorry if I watched this match ages ago when we were originally supposed to do this podcast, and I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head. Nessie not being here, not helping at all. Fucking hell. Dude this is just like, I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not doing great. But yeah. I thought it was a really cool match. Let's just go check it out. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. It's very good. It's short. It's pretty short though. It's only 13 minutes. So if you want to go, if you can go find it, I can only find it on New Japan World. But if you guys can find it somewhere else, please do. Right. Okay. Next up, we're going to talk about. Of course, we're approaching the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is literally tomorrow. For me, at least, it's in a few hours for you guys in America. We are going to talk about the Royal Rumble 1992, which was the Royal Rumble that Ness picked, but he's not fucking here. So, shit happens. Anyway, if you're not unfamiliar with the Rumble, this is the Rumble that Ric Flair won this match, and he won it on the WWE Championship after this match. He lasted a total of 1 hour and 2 seconds. Longest Rumble performances in Rumble history. That's very impressive to me. So Flair enters number 3, wins it. So people I'm going to highlight in this match: British Bulldog, Randy Savage, fucking Taker did okay, but there were some slow spots for him. Hogan was good. Sid Justice was good. Texas Tornado was pretty good as well. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was great. I am unsure why I didn't watch this match sooner, because this was my first time watching this Rumble, actually. I hate to admit that. One of the guys I wish had a longer tenure in it was Ted DiBiase, because Ted DiBiase is fucking brilliant, and he's fucking amazing. He's a great competitor. I think that it was interesting. We had if you look at this Rumble and you see who's in it, you have some very interesting people. You have a lot of lower card guys and a lot of guys who aren't that popular, but you also have guys like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and all these guys who become bigger over time. I am so sorry. Sid Justice gets eliminated by bullshit after Ric Flair wins the match, because Hulk Hogan threw a tantrum and got sad that he didn't win the Rumble because he got eliminated by Sid Justice, even though Sid Justice was going to win and he was going to have a good time. But, Hulk Hogan was a dick. Hulk Hogan is a dick. Basically, it was interesting. Ric Flair wins the title, wins the Rumble. Some interesting thing to note about this match: apparently, in this match version of the Rumble, you can't be eliminated if you throw yourself over the top rope. I found this out when Randy Savage decided to fucking springboard himself over the thing. I can't remember who he hit. I'm trying to think. Who was it? Who was he in? It was somebody he was in a rivalry with, but I'm trying to think. And he eliminated him before that. It might have been Jake Roberts. Might have been Jake Roberts. I think it was Jake Roberts, and he like springboarded over, and it was Jake Roberts. He springboarded over and smacked him down, and he's like, and then the other's like, well, Randy Savage isn't eliminated, and you have to be thrown over. Gorilla Monsoon, of course, that's my weird impression of Gorilla Monsoon. Yeah, it was interesting. I'm very happy with this match. I'm gonna give it a 5. I enjoyed it heavily. If it's a Royal Rumble, you should go watch. If you haven't, it's pretty fun. Good stuff. Yeah. Next up, let me talk about what am I going to talk about now? Can I take some questions from you guys? Do you guys have any questions? You want to give me any questions? I will take questions. I mean, I only have one person watching, but yeah, you know. For those wondering where Nessie is, I think he's asleep, but I don't know. Basically, new beginning, you know, Sokka's. Oh, right. I forgot. Now I remember what I'm doing. My Royal Rumble predictions. Yeah, my Royal Rumble predictions for tomorrow. Even though I'm not gonna be able to watch it live because I have school. Because yeah, you know, stuff. Anyway, this year's Royal Rumble looks really fun. Looks like it's actually a really cool card. Rude so start off. Let's talk about Bobby Roode's Open Challenge. I don't think he's losing a U.S. title here. I think he's gonna retain against Jinder probably, or Rusev, or just some guy on SmackDown. I'm predicting Jinder's gonna challenge him, but Rude is gonna retain the title. Actually, Corbin could, now that I think about it, because they haven't been doing much with Corbin, and he hasn't technically got his rematch yet. Gallows. So I'm gonna say Rude is gonna retain the belt. Next up, we have Gallows and Addison versus the Revival. I'm gonna say Gallows and Addison win after what they fucking did to the Revival on 25th Raw anniversary. What a shit show that was. Yeah, Gallows and Addison are gonna win because they're pushing Balor Club now, so guess they'll give Gallows and Addison a win. Next up, we have a Cruiserweight 6-man with Toronto, Metalik, and Kalisto versus TJP, Gallagher, and Gulak. Babyface Luchadors win because it's pre-show. Babyfaces win. 2018 Men's Royal Rumble match. I'll talk about this last. I'll talk about the 2 Rumble matches last. I'm going to talk about. Start with SmackDown Tag Belts. Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I'm going to go with the Usos. I don't think there's really a point in taking the belts off of the Usos. Like, Gable and Benjamin, man, they're a waste of a team. I'd rather see them feuding, to be honest. I think they would do a lot better if they were feuding, because you could have some incredible matches between Gable and Benjamin. Like, I could imagine like some great technical classics between the two men, and they're all very good wrestlers. So that is my opinion on that. I think that they could have. I think Usos is going to retain, and I'm hoping they break up Benjamin and Gable soon and have Gable and Benjamin go at it. Next up, we have Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, another tag team I don't like, versus Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar. I don't know why people aren't calling them the Bar anymore, because they're the fucking Bar. Like, they literally call themselves the Bar. We don't set the bar. We are the Bar. Because they are the Bar. They are the Bar. They're one of the. I think Sheamus and Cesaro are going to win these back for their fourth tag team title reign. How the fuck did they get to 4 so quickly? Like, they've been a tag team for less than 2 years. And they're going to probably have 4 tag title reigns by this point. That's fucking fast, bro. Yeah, I don't see the point in keeping Rollins and Jordan as a tag team. I think they should just fucking turn Rollins heel. Like, seriously, what the fuck, man? It's like, I question their decisions. Turn them heel yet? And it's just like, well, yeah. Why they haven't turned Jordan heel yet and just have Rollins fight him? Because that would be a cool feud. But apparently they're saving it for Mania. I'm just like, what's the fucking point of that? Who the fuck wants to watch Jason Jordan versus Seth Rollins at Wrestle fucking Mania? WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year. That's not you don't save Jason Jordan versus Seth Rollins for that. You save it for like you have that happen like a fucking Rumble or fucking even a lower card pay per view than that. Like what the fuck is this? Yeah. Then we got Styles versus Zayn and Owens handicap match for the WWE title. I still don't get why the fuck they didn't do a 3-way for this. Like, it just seems better for them to do a 3-way because it seems like they want to try and tease the split between Owens and Zayn, but like at the same time, why are they still doing this? It's just like, yeah, why the fuck are they doing this? Why the fuck won't they just let them do a 3-way? What? Because fucking Raw has a 3-way as well. So what? You've done multiple 3-ways for world titles on other shows before. You had a fucking whole pay per view called Fatal 4-way. 4-way, man. Like what the fuck? It's just Styles. Anyway, Styles is gonna retain. Owens and Zayn are probably gonna have a little more collateral damage. They'll either have more collateral damage or they'll go for the tag belts at Mania, win the tag belts, and then we'll do that. Sorry about that again. Anyway, then we have Brock Lesnar defending the Universal title against Braun Strowman and Kane. I mean, why? What is there to say about this? What is there to say about this? This is an easy win for Lesnar to feed him up. To feed him, it's getting him bigger. It's getting him better for the match coming up at fucking Mania with Reigns. That's literally the only thing they're doing with this match. That's what they're doing. They're going to have Brock Lesnar get fed Braun Strowman and Kane. Kane's going to take the pin, and then Lesnar's going to go on to Mania and face Roman. After he wins a Chamber qualifying match. All right, Women's Royal Rumble match. Again, another obvious one. It's going to be Asuka. I don't care what people say. Oh, it's going to be Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's going to show up. They're not going to fucking give the first ever Women's Royal Rumble to someone who's not even on the fucking roster. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? Why the fuck would you even think that would be a possibility? Asuka's going to win this. Rousey is not winning the Rumble. She, is not going to show up until way, way closer to Mania. And then she's going to fucking challenge Charlotte on SmackDown. They're going to have that match. And then fucking Charlotte's going to win. Everyone's going to be fucking confused as to why the fuck we did that. And then, we're just going to move on. It'll be and then we'll have an actual fucking feud. Next up, we have, and basically Asuka's gonna win this match. But like, if it's not fucking her, it's either gonna be if it's not fucking Asuka or it's not Rousey. People are saying Jax, and I still don't believe that because Jax is like it just doesn't make sense. Asuka was literally the second woman to announce herself for the Women's Royal Rumble, and she's the only one that logically makes sense to fucking win and to actually be believable. If she goes through 30 women. It makes her look even more dominant. It's just like, I see no point in having Rousey win. She's not trained enough yet, and I think it'd just be better if they have Asuka win the Women's Royal Rumble match. All right, next up, the main event of the show. That's gonna definitely be the main event of the show. Please do not fucking have the Women's Royal Rumble main event. The Men's Royal Rumble, we have. I'm going with Shinsuke Nakamura. Call me a New Japan Mark. I don't care. Fucking who else is really realistically going to be able to win this match? I guess you can say Reigns, but at the same time, they're in Philadelphia. Last time they did this, there were fucking riots in the streets. I don't think people realize that. There were actual riots. It's about this. People were attacking security guards to try and get us and hit Roman Reigns. I'm pretty sure people threw stuff at his car as well. As he left the building. People were fucking pissed. And there's no way they're going to risk that again. They'll have it come down to Nakamura and Reigns, but they're going to have Nakamura eliminate Reigns. And honestly, it's between those two, isn't it? Like, who else? I guess people are like, oh, Balor could win, but like, even then, Balor's not going to win. I don't see Balor as ever being a viable possibility to win the Rumble at this point. If they were they have had opportunities to do stuff with Balor. They've done nothing with him. I mean, the most I could see them doing is maybe putting the IC title on him at Mania, which would be cool. But again, I see no point in that. What are you going to do? What do you really have to do? What can you really do with Balor? Well, at this point, what feud are you going to put him in with? Who is he really feuding with right now? Is there anyone he's really feuding with right now? I mean, I guess he had like a mini feud. They had a mini feud between the fake Shield and the Balor Club, but even then, you want Balor Club to be a good stable. Have Balor win IC at Mania, and have Gallows and Addison win tag at Mania. Have him beat the Bar. Have him be the overcoming babyface and win the stuff. Have them do what they were supposed to do fucking ages ago and win some fucking titles. I mean, I guess they did technically win the Raw Tag Belts, but what the fuck have they done with them? Nothing. They haven't even fucking used them. What the fuck did they do with them? Nothing. They had them once, and then they fucking dropped them like a month later. Or was it 2 months later? Let me see. It was 2 months later. They fucking had them till Mania, then dropped them. Bam. Done. And then the Hardy Boys had them for 2 months, dropped them later to Shawn Sheamus. And then they had them for 3 months, and dropped them to fucking Ambrose Rollins. And same shit over and over again. Fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, that's my rant on Balor Club. Nakamura's going to win, because realistically, everyone's saying it's going to be Cena. No. Fuck no. No. Cena's not going to win. There's no point in having Cena win the Rumble again. Because, A, all you do is you just fucking have, you have Cena win, and then you just have nothing. You have nothing. All you have. Cena wins, nothing happens. You have Styles versus Cena at Mania, and then that's it. Or you do Cena versus Brock again. Who fucking cares? I mean, yeah, Nakamura is the best option here, but, I mean, Reigns could win. He doesn't need to win, but Reigns could. And there's the E-Chamber match, and apparently there's the 5-way and the advertised for Fastlane. I'm just like, it's not going to happen. They had that. You know what? That reminds me of the quote unquote leaked advertisement for the 5-way. That reminds me so fucking much of that trailer that they had for Payback in 2015. It's like they said, oh, well, the main event's going to be Rollins versus Reigns versus Orton. And then it wasn't. It was Rollins versus Reigns versus Orton versus Ambrose. WWE's going to see, oh, they leaked this. Let's fucking change the main event. It's not that fucking hard. Like, it's obvious as fuck. Yeah. Anyway, that's my opinion on the Royal Rumble. We've gone for about an hour now, so I might finish up soon. As for what's happening next week on the podcast, hopefully Ness is actually going to show up for once. But I don't know. He's sleeping right now, or he's busy or something. This is why I say we should do these things on Saturday, but whatever. Next week, we will be reviewing the Royal Rumble. We will be reviewing NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. I have watched it. It's just we want to review that next week. I'll probably go over all the stuff we reviewed this week. We'll finally actually, for real, for once, start the AJPW 4 Pillar stuff, which we were supposed to start this week, but, Ness wasn't fucking here. And I will also be having a little surprise announcement. Next week, we will be having maybe like we'll take 20 minutes out of the podcast, and we will be having a special guest on. If you've watched the Forums podcast, you've seen him before. We have Smith. He's a friend of ours from the Forums, Smith, and we will be teaching him. I'm going to be trying to educate. I am maybe Nessie, if he's fucking here for once. We'll be trying to educate Ness on the art of New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll also be teaching him about a bunch of other stuff, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not subscribed, and comment down below a suggestion for some rebranding names for the channel. Should we just call it the Ace Podcast, or do you guys have another name in mind? Because I am really trying to think of something I can do to rebrand this channel, because it's obviously not FD Slater anymore. It's more based around the podcast. It's more based around the Forums podcast. Give me a name for the channel that we can rename it to. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. FD out. Peace. And